Hi, I'm Jared Cassity, candidate for the office of Alternate National Legislative Director at this year's convention in Las Vegas on August 11th. I'd like to take a brief moment of your time and reintroduce myself and tell you a little bit about why I've chosen to run for this office. For me, the union has grown stagnant. Our membership is restless, I'm restless, and something is missing. I want to bring with me a new energy, a new focus, and a new drive to the national level at the legislative office. The things that we are doing, we need to continue doing, and I look to continue to do. The way that we handle our politics and make our contacts in Washington, D.C. need to continue, but they can be improved. We need to build strong, lasting relationships with our representatives. We need to find ways to connect and communicate with them that is not traditional. We need to look and build coalitions. We need to work with the other unions that will work with us, especially for the two-man crew effort, and like what I said in my last video, with the firefighters, the police officers, the EMT, the first responders. A coalition with them will give us a first responder perspective that we can present to the public and to the legislatures to let them know just how adversely a two-man crew or a reduction in the two-man crew could affect our industry. We need to work with ALPA, the Airline Pilots Association, the Flight Attendants Association, and the other pilots unions as well. Automation is something that threatens their jobs. We do not need to thrust them into a premature argument at our sake, but we can start the conversation with them and start organizing with them discussions and arguments on the dangers of automation and how it affects the transportation industry. The Legislative Action Center, or some call it the LAC, it is a tool on our website, at the Smart Transportation Division website, that allows you to contact your U.S. senators, your U.S. congressmen and women, your state senators, and your state house reps. Currently, the two-man crew issue is the big push. If you go to that tool, you can go on there and select a link for where you can send a letter to your representative. That letter is pre-populated, or you can write your own. You can amend it to make it more personal, whatever you want to do to send to your representative and let them know that they need to support two-man crews and why. There's also a link for your friends and your family to do it as well. The best thing and the best way to get legislators to support us is to have the people that live in their jurisdictions contact them and let them know what's important to them, and the LAC does that. Getting outside of the box, and kind of like I discussed in my last video, the Railroad Technology Event Form. That form gives us the ability to have data wherein we didn't have data before. When the FRA made the withdrawal of the notice proposed rulemaking for the two-person crews, inside of that 33 times they said data, but they said it as a lack of data. So when I read that they had no data to support their argument, and that's the reason they're allowing the withdrawal to take place, then that tells me if we're going to make an argument on no data, then we need data. So I created that form. Now we are getting data to have in a presentable, tangible, scientific means at the table, that when we get there to have the argument, we will be able to say that your systems do not function as billed. You say they are infallible. I am telling you that they fail every single day, and here is proof. But moving forward, for me, the legislative office is not just political. It is not just legislative. The Constitution says that it is a two-pronged office. So 50% of the time is on legislative stuff, and 50% of the time should be on safety. That office is the head of safety for our organization. When I look at our safety programs and the way that it works, the Constitution does give us a plan, it does give us a process, but it's not enough. Currently, the way we approach safety is we tell our members to go to the railroads and let the railroads teach them on how to work safely and how to report unsafe conditions. That is actually mind-boggling to me. We let the railroads, who do not care about your safety, teach you on how to work safe and how to report unsafe conditions. They don't want to know about their unsafe conditions. So why would we entrust them to teach you on how to report the unsafe conditions? So for me, I want to create a program that will communicate and educate our membership on how to work safely, but then also how to report unsafe conditions, what to look for, how to handle it, how to pass it up, how to follow it through, when to contact the FRA. We need to do all of these things so that we can start arming our membership. When I look at the union, I see an army, but we're not doing enough to engage our members. We need to communicate and we need to educate, and in doing so, we can have a membership that is organized and motivated and able to fight. and taught from the union rather than from the railroad. I have many more ideas, but I want to be respectful of your time. I do ask that you please give me a call if you have any questions or concerns. I will leave a slide at the end of this video with my contact information. For those of you that were at the region meeting that I was able to meet, it was great meeting you, and I look forward to seeing you in Las Vegas. And for those that weren't, I also look forward to meeting and seeing you in Las Vegas as well. I hope to make one more video between now and then, and I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for your time.